Have you ever missed an important phone call because you didn't recognize the number? We live surrounded by notifications, it seems, yet often miss the most important messages. Perhaps especially it feels when God is calling. Moses wasn't at a prayer retreat when God spoke through that burning bush. He was tending sheep on an ordinary Tuesday, and suddenly that experience shifted his entire life. Our Tomorrow First journey continues deepening today. Abraham and Sarah showed us God's perfect timing. Last week, Jacob discovered that ordinary places become sacred when God shows up. And today, Moses takes us further, from receiving promises to recognizing God's presence to responding in partnership with God. Tomorrow First means creating spaces where future generations can clearly hear God's voice. Now, in Exodus chapter 3, Moses is 40 years into hiding. He's been living quietly far from his own people's suffering in Egypt. Then he sees a bush that's been engulfed in flames, and yet the leaves remain green. God waits until Moses turns aside before speaking. Moses, Moses, using his name twice makes this personal and unmistakable. Now, when God unveils his mission, confronting Pharaoh and liberating Israel, Moses panics with 5 objections. Well, who am I, God? They won't believe me. I can't speak very well. Can't you just send someone else? God's response, I will be with you. Just presence, just enough. This text reveals some of the core Methodist theology. Wesley taught that God moves first in our lives, drawing us before we're even aware, prevenient grace. Every baptized Christian is called to ministry. Your baptism was your ordination into the priesthood of all believers. Ministry isn't what clergy do while others watch. It's what the whole body does together. God's calling comes in countless ways in our lives. Some feel that tug towards professional ministry. Others might hear God through volunteer opportunities. Our Tomorrow First campaign seeks to exemplify this, answering God's call to create comfortable spaces where future disciples encounter God. Like Moses, we might feel unqualified as individuals or even as a congregation, but God promises to be with us. The good news, God never calls us alone. The same I am who promised Moses makes that promise for us today. This sustains our life as a congregation and this season of Tomorrow First. The God who provided manna in the wilderness will multiply our gifts. This week I want to invite you to spend just 5 minutes each morning asking, God, how are you calling? Maybe take one concrete step toward what you've had a sense of God tugging at your heart. There might still be ways that God is at work in your life. Tomorrow First means trusting God's future breaks into today through ordinary people responding to God's invitation. What matters isn't our qualifications, but our willingness to say yes. That calling that you may have been sensing, God will reveal the answer in prayer. Will you pray with me? God, help us to recognize burning bushes. Give us courage to respond and transform our willingness into kingdom service. Amen.